keep you guys hanging for as long as I have. I've kind of just been all over the place, and I feel like I'm in this rediscovery phase of what feels good to share online. It's kind of an interesting experience to come from sharing everything and then sharing nothing, and then now being open to sharing again, but also just kind of feeling protective and a little more cautious about what I feel like I want to put online. So I appreciate your patience, and there are things that I've tried to vlog here and there in the last month that I feel like just don't make a ton of sense, so I'm gonna kind of recap a little bit. I went back to Virginia for a little bit to take care of some things, and I was gonna try and vlog a little bit more while I was there, but I ended up being on such a time crunch and I was just going through so many things that I didn't have time to really sit and enjoy the vlogging process with it. And then since I've been back, I started going back to the place that I used to get facials all the time in Koreatown because my skin has been so stressed out. The last time I had been there, I think, was 2019, so even before COVID, but it was really nice to go back and see familiar faces, and everyone was so nice. I just really love the people there. And then later that day, I had a dinner event to go to. Okay, so we're getting ready to go to a dinner event. Ignore the mess, but gotta go far back. Oh geez, okay, this is the look. The dress is from a brand called hiiiii, I think is how you say it. And then my bag is Nosipochagi. I have a couple of her bags. It's funny, actually, Ellen, we met the same time that we met Andy, who is the chef doing dinner tonight. I say we because Ray and her boyfriend Josh are gonna be there tonight as well. Ray and I met Andy when we were working as an agency and doing events for brands. He focuses a lot on storytelling, Korean traditional cooking, pulling a lot from his own personal history and experience, and just approaches everything with a lot of thought and intention. He invited us to come to this event tonight that he's doing at an art gallery, and I'm sure I'm going to learn something and I'm going to eat delicious foods.
What I wanted to really show you guys is with Korean, it's really all about this idea of preserving culture and history. And so while they're bringing out your banchan, I do want to bring up to everyone's attention that with the exception of the white ceramics, all the other ceramics are made by female Korean ceramic artists, and then all the ceramics are handmade by Korean artists.
So that was really nice because I got to catch up with people who I hadn't seen in a couple weeks. And of course the food was amazing, so it was really nice experience to have. I feel like that kind of brings us up to date. Like I said, I didn't have a ton that I was vlogging. I'm so out of practice. I am making another cup of coffee. This one I'm making decaf though because I already had my caffeine for this morning. I feel like this kind of just tricks my brain into thinking that it's got that extra boost of caffeine and I can continue doing what I need to do for the rest of the day, which is pretty much just clean. I did move my studio around a little bit again because I wanted to try putting my bed in a different place because it is a little quieter over there and it just feels like a little more enclosed. But as some of you pointed out and were concerned about, it is close to the door. I just wanted to try it to see what the energy felt like in that space. Like, would I get more rest, or, would it bother me that it was right by the door? And short answer is yes, it did. I gave it a couple weeks, but I just felt like my rest wasn't as restful, and although it did give me separation from the main room and I wouldn't watch TV to go to bed kind of thing, I think subconsciously being by the door and not enjoying coming into my apartment, into my bed basically, got to me after a while. So I moved my bed back to where it was in my apartment tour video. And I've also gotten a couple pieces of new furniture since I last saw you. So I have a new dining table, crazy mess right now, girl mess. And I got a new piece of furniture under the TV. I also lowered the TV a little bit. My initial thought process was because I have so much height in my apartment that maybe it being slightly above the average eye line, like that would break up the space a little bit more or better evenly. Who knows? It just eventually looked too weird with any piece of furniture under it. So I did have it lowered just a tiny bit. So I think it looks a little bit better now. Annoyingly, the coffee trick didn't work. So I'm having a snack. Team chocolate is better, at the very least refrigerated, if not frozen. I agree. So I really hadn't unpacked since I went to Virginia. Luckily, I just took a carry-on, so I didn't really pack much. Ugh. I've immediately lost motivation. I need to go downstairs and pick up a package because I ended up buying another piece of tatami to go over here. I think I'm actually going to put it over by my bed because when you first get it, it's very green. It also, I feel like, needs to air out a little bit. It has that kind of natural, like, straw smell. It airs out a little bit. The sun turns it a bit of a different color. So actually, let me go do that right now. This was actually one that I got fairly recently. So I've been keeping it over by the window so that the sun lightens it a little bit. This is a very temporary setup. I need to vacuum. Okay, I'll be right back. Hope I don't run into anyone. Totally ran into someone. Why does that always happen? Like, you run out, don't want any human interaction, just want to grab your thing and go. And then inevitably, you run into someone. So, like I said in my apartment video, these have been really nice because rugs nowadays are so expensive. These have been pretty simple to vacuum and keep clean. I haven't even really found a rug that I like that I would want to invest in. So I had these in my last apartment and I really like them here. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is what it looks like when it's fresh out of the box. And I make sure to get some good, what do you call them? Like rug stickers? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Well, I don't know if this name is any better, but grippers for rugs. These are some pretty heavy duty ones. I've had ones that weren't as sticky as this. They were a little easier and they were square. But after a couple times of picking them up and putting them back down, because like if you're mopping and stuff like that, you want to pick them up, they just lost their stickiness. So these are the latest ones I got and they are crazy sticky. For now, I just do one on one corner and one on the other until I have a more permanent idea of where I want to keep them. I know this might look weird where it's placed in comparison to squaring it up to the dresser, but kind of lines up with the rest of the tatami a little bit more. Well, we can move it later. I've had these, I think they are from the Citizenry, these linen sheets for years now. I think they were on their last leg. I started to see a lot of wear and tear on one of the pillows. Like, I think it was because I was putting it on and I just tore into it a little bit. Oh, there it is. See, I accidentally tore a hole into it. I do have a set of dark green sheets that I could put on, but it's summer. I just want a little bit of this light airy one, but oh no, I just tore another hole in. I see another one. Oh my gosh. This is probably one of my least favorite chores to do, but at the same time, it's one of the most satisfying, like a fresh bed. Simplest little luxuries. Get out of here. Oh, sock. Now that I look at these more, there are holes in the fitted sheet, there's holes in the duvet cover, and these ones are not my fault. These ones are Bruce's fault. I'm gonna do the burrito method. show me the life hack. This'll do for now. I'm definitely not great at making a bed. That is still going to be super enjoyable to get into later. The other thing that's new around here is I replaced Bruce's old litter box that I did. This is like a little IKEA DIY, and swapped it out for a wood that matched the rest of the apartment. The only thing that is left that I really want to do is drill a hole through the back and put the air purifier inside the right side where his litter and stuff is. So it kind of doesn't need to take up space on the side, but again, kind of matches the aesthetic. Doesn't really look like a litter box when you first see it. Yes, yes, we like my chub. Yes, very nice, good boy. So it is later in the evening. I've been editing this video and I think I'm gonna go ahead and post it. Today was nice. It was kind of casual and easy. I feel like next week I definitely want to try and vlog more. I'm trying to just push through this feeling that I need more days to make more content, because I feel like I'm trying to push through this creative block that I've been having, because I feel really precious about YouTube sometimes. Honestly, I think a lot was just going on in the background that was distracting me, and I was letting it distract me from enjoying making content. But now that I'm back from Virginia, a little bit feels lifted, there's a little bit of feeling of relief or pressure that's been lifted, and I feel a little bit lighter. So I don't know, I think this whole last year has felt like recalibrating, and you guys have always been so sweet and supportive and allowed me to show up imperfectly, and that means a lot because I don't give myself that grace sometimes. I'm trying to allow myself that imperfect creative discovery phase a little bit, rather than feeling so precious about it. So I don't necessarily know what that means and what that's going to translate to in the content that I do, but we're figuring it out. I am trying to get myself back into a routine now that I'm back and onto a schedule. So we'll see how we do. But thank you guys so much for watching as always. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great start to your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.